welcome to another episode of InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. We are back again with some of the latest from the IT and science world. Let's take a look at today's upcoming stories. During the recent U.S. presidential election, most pollsters were unable to predict U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's win. In contrast, an AI system created by an Indian venture company accurately forecasted Trump's victory, but how so? We'll find out shortly. Now, before that, back in August, the Korean government made tackling the problems associated with fine dust one of the nation's 9 major technology projects. In fact, the government announced that it will reduce emissions from coal-fired power plants and industrial zones by half by 2023. We have more details on this right now in the first segment. Here's Briefing Scope. The Ministries of Science, ICT, and Future Planning, Health and Welfare and Environment revealed its strategy for countering fine dust particles. The government will launch a single group and invest $36 million from next year over 3 years to pinpoint the exact causes of ultrafine dust and develop technology that is twice as efficient as the current technology. The MOG-IA artificial intelligence system developed by Indian startup Genic AI was found to have correctly predicted Donald Trump's win in the recent U.S. presidential election. The creator of MOG-IA explained that AI is not swayed by public opinion or the media and can be 100% objective. Don't you find it so interesting that AI can now be used to predict elections? We don't even have to wait for the poll results. But speaking of artificial intelligence, did you know that AI is also being used in the medical field? It's actually taking medical equipment up a notch. For example, AI-equipped blood pressure monitors are making the measurements easier and, of course, more precise. We'll have more on this in just a moment. Now, in other news, Koreans traditionally have kimjang, which is the making and sharing of kimchi in the period between late November and December. And I always wondered why they did kimjang when it started to get so cold, but apparently there's a scientific reason behind this, and yes, depending on how and when it is fermented, the taste and quality of kimchi may change. We have more about this next on Industry Inside.
Brine Napa cabbage is mixed with red chili powder sauce and other ingredients. They are making kimchi.
올 겨울 준비 1년 농사잖아요. 먹는 반찬 중에서 그런 마음이 뿌듯하고 올 한겨울에도 이제 편안하게 지내겠구나 그렇게 생각해요.
Kimchi, Korean staple, has been scientifically proven to be a health food, rich in lactic acid bacteria that forms during fermentation. When vegetables are brined, any lactobacilli that are present are replaced by those that can withstand salt. What matters here is the ratio of the salt. Experts recommend a salinity of 10%. When the salt-to-water ratio is 1 to 9, active proliferation of lactobacilli takes place.
소금 농도가 너무 낮으면 유산균이 아닌 다른 세균들도 증식해서 김치가 이상하게 발효될 수가 있게 되고요. 또 농도가 너무 높으면 유산균 증식이 억제되기 때문에 발효가 지연되는 효과를 가져올 수가 있습니다.
The temperature in which kimchi is left to ferment is also important. Experts recommend that while lactobacilli are most active at around 10 degrees Celsius, it is a good idea to leave the newly made kimchi in room temperature for about 1 or 2 days.
겨울철에 많이 베란다에 김치를 내놓으시잖아요. 그때 온도가 10도씨 정도가 되는데 한 2일 정도, 그리고 이제 일반적인 냉장 온도에서는 4도에서 6도씨 정도가 되는데 한 5일 정도면 맛있는 숙성 정도인.
Moreover, experts say that the latter half of November is optimal for making kimchi, as the average daily temperature is around 4 degrees Celsius. This is a typical blood pressure monitor found in most clinics. It works by applying pressure on blood vessels and slowly releasing the pressure. Waves are generated as blood flows through the vessels, and the machine measures these waves and determines how much pressure is applied. This method is about 90% accurate. The most precise method involves using a stethoscope to listen to the beating sound made when blood flows through the vessels, but this method is cumbersome. Korean researchers have become the first in the world to develop a way to easily measure blood pressure and render a result as accurate as that made by a human doctor. The technology involves AI, a hot topic ever since the match between AlphaGo and Paduk Grandmaster Lee Se-dol. The AI in play here follows the basic principle that allows AI to recognize a cat by making a pattern out of many different cat pictures. The researchers took blood pressure measurements of 85 people. Based on that, they created new information that features similar patterns, making it as if they have the blood pressure information of 8,500 people.
실제 정답과 유사한 형태의 성능을 보일 수 있도록 데이터로부터 특징을 뽑아내고 그것으로부터 딩건딩 학습해서 새로운 엔진을 만들어낸 거죠.
The final result was an accuracy rate of 95%. The researchers are now looking into integrating this technology into smartwatches and other IT devices. Korea harvested 3.3 million tons of marine products last year, of which 1.66 million came from farms. Climate change is shrinking wild fish stocks, raising dependence on farmed fish. And eco-friendly technology for fish farming is rising as a solution. This is called bioflak technology, and it involves using microorganisms to break down toxic substances released during the farming process. Unlike conventional farming methods, which require farmers to change 30 to 50% of the water every day, this technology requires nearly no water change, is eco-friendly, and has a great economic impact.
이 방법은 단지 증발하는 양의 물만큼 담수로 보완만 해주면 되기 때문에
This technology also helps minimize the use of antibiotics, an inevitability in fish farms, as microorganisms can suppress harmful bacteria. Subsequently, Korea is proactively promoting bioflak technology, which made it possible to harvest 5 tons of shrimp, even in the Sahara Desert.
존재하고 있는 물은 저염이라고 해서 마그네슘을 보완해서 최소 비율을 유지하면서 경제적으로 새우를 생산하여 성공을 보였는데요.
Bioflak technology can be used for cultivating 5 types of seafood, including shrimp, eel, and mudfish. The researchers hope to apply the technology to more types of fish and make quality seafood available for consumption.
Now moving on to the next part of the show, researchers in the United States recently created a robot that is capable of smoking. And yes, you did hear me correctly, a robot that can now smoke. But why? Well, apparently, by giving the robot the ability to smoke cigarettes, they could study the effects of smoking in the lungs a little deeper. We'll bring you more information on this soon. But first, we have a story about a group of scientists who are looking for ways to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. In fact, these Korean researchers have developed a catalyst that can convert carbon dioxide to diesel fuel. Here are some more details on this coming up next on Take a Peek.
Carbon dioxide is the main culprit of global warming. This year, the level of atmospheric carbon dioxide exceeded 400 ppms for the first time in 58 years of observation. More grim news follows as the levels are predicted to keep rising for a few more generations. Until now, carbon dioxide was captured and buried underground, but high costs and worries over leakage have led to new recycling technologies. Recently, Korean researchers have come up with a way to convert carbon dioxide to diesel. To do this, a carbon chain made up of at least 10 carbon atoms must be produced when CO2 reacts with hydrogen. The researchers used a copper and iron catalyst to successfully conduct the conversion. Adding artificial photosynthesis technology can lead to eco-friendly and affordable production of diesel.
이 술에서 비용이 가장 많이 들어가는 거는 수소입니다. 그런데 수소를 햇빛을 이용하고 물을 분해하는 인공광합성 기술을 이용해서 싸게 만들면은 새로운 CO2 재활용화 기술이 되겠습니다.
This technology can significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions of thermoelectric power plants, steel mills, or other facilities that emit high amounts of CO2. The catalyst can be made cheaply, giving it a competitive edge on the global recycling market. Smoking is the cause of many disorders. While a significant amount of studies has taken place, it's difficult to reenact smoking under laboratory conditions. Researchers either exposed laboratory mice to cigarette smoke or injected cigarettes' toxic substances in a liquid form. Although they could diagnose the disorders triggered by smoking, the results could not be applied to all smokers who have different smoking habits. Recently, a group of researchers in the United States developed a robot that is capable of smoking. When it inhales with a small respirator, the cigarette smoke is funneled through a biochip that is lined with actual lung cells from humans. This allows researchers to see firsthand the effects of smoking on the lungs.
One of the strengths of these microsystems technologies is that we can line these with cells from specific patients. And now we can actually do matched comparative modeling before and after environmental perturbation like smoking.
The robot can light a cigarette and control its intake speed and frequency. It can also emulate real smoking habits and patterns, as well as the daily intake.
이 동물 실험으로만 이제 얻을 수 있는 그 결과는 아무래도 이제 한계점이 있을 수 있는데, 이번에 개발된 이 장치로 그러한 한계점을 이제 보완하는데 도움을 줄 거라고 기대합니다.
The researchers plan to use this robot for research on e-cigarettes. As of last year, there are 2.5 million diabetics in Korea. It is one of the most common lifestyle diseases, and a blood sample is a must to diagnose it.
피 보는 것도 싫고 또 그 시간도 그렇고 상당히 불편하더라고요.
Korean researchers have developed a sensor that can make the diagnosis easier. The breath of diabetics has a high concentration of acetone, which can be used to diagnose the disorder. The researchers made a highly sensitive sensor with 3 nanometer thick pieces of a molecule called tungsten disulfide. Silver nanowires are added so that gas molecules will be absorbed easier. Altogether, the sensor can detect levels of acetone as low as 0.5 ppm, making it 1,000 times more sensitive than the currently available sensors. The level of acetone in an average diabetic's breath stands at 1.8 ppm, making it possible to diagnose the disorder just with a breath.
일단은 굉장히 얇습니다. 그래서 이러한 얇은 특성 때문에 갖게 되는 장점 중에 하나가 어떠한 가스에 대한 그 민감도라든지 이런 것들이 향상이 되게 되죠. 아주 민감하게 측정함으로써 쉽게 그런 병들을 진단할 수 있는 의료용으로 사용될 수 있을 거라고 생각합니다.
The sensor can also be used to detect nitrogen dioxide in the air, as well as the level of pollution in industrial areas. The researchers aim to conduct additional research on integrating this technology into wearables.
This new method of diagnosing diabetes may really change the medical field because if you think about it, drawing blood is difficult for people of all ages, children and adults alike. And it's great news like this that physically show us how science and technology may change the future while essentially reducing many of our discomforts. But that was our last story for today. Thank you for joining me here again on InfoScope. Again, we will be back next week with another fun and informative episode. So don't forget to tune in and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everyone.